Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. No, my name is Muhammad Sheikha Ibrahim, and I am the second reporter of Group 6, and I am here to report the elements of art and its principles. Now I know Mr. Palakala already did an introduction with the um first element of art, which is the line, no? And I am here today to explain, elaborate, and discuss the number 2, 3, 4, and so on na elements of art and its principle. Now, before I begin with explaining the topic at hand, no, I want you guys to pause this video and say take a look at yourself, or take a look at the place around you, no? Or the room that you are in. Mapa-room pa man yan sa kwarto nyo sa bahay, sa sala, or kahit sa school, no? Take a look at it and observe. Observe natin yung mga curved line dyan na nakikita nyo. Yung mga rectangles, see, you see parallel lines and stuff like that, or even a circle, mga baso, ganon, clocks and something like that, no? Take a look at it and appreciate those forms in here. Now with seeing forms, no, I'm gonna proceed with the number 2 and number 3. Na-explain na ni Mr. Palakala yung una, which is line. Ito naman, pangalawa at pangatlo is the shape and form, no? Now, as we begin, shape and form are related to each other in a sense that they define the space occupied by the object of the art, no? Ang pagkakaibahan nga lang ng shape and form is that shape only has its height and its width, no? Meron siyang say haba, gaano kahaba, gaano katangkad yung art na yon, at saka gaano siya kalapad. Kumbaga, it's a two-dimensional painting, or it's a two-dimensional art only, no? Say painting, no, ganon. You can say it's a shape. You can draw say ganito, no? Take a look at this. This square, that's a shape. That's a shape of square. How about this? Meron tayong mga circles, oval, no, triangle, square, rectangle, heart, star, and even diamond, no? Those are the forms of shapes. Now, its difference, its main difference in form, no? Kasi shape ito siya. And ang form naman, ito, tignan natin ang susunod na slide. This one, no? You can see the square in here. You can see the square in here. But there's different in it. Hindi lang ito siya yung height at hindi lang din yung width niya, 'di ba? Meron siyang depth, no? Meron siyang lalim. Now, you wouldn't call this a square, but it's called, I believe it's called cube, no? Ang kaibahan basically is that shape is only 2D, no? Two-dimensional, and ang form naman is three-dimensional na. Kagaya ng triangle, no? Imbes na triangle lang siya, meron tayong pyramid, no? Meron tayong ball, no? Imbes na circle lamang. Tama? Now, ang shape and form, meron tayong dalawang categories, no? Para mapa-broad yung distinction natin sa shape and form na ito, no? Number 1 is geometry, no? An example dito is yung art ni Piet Mondrian. These shapes, no? Itong mga box na ito, no? The shapes find origin in mathematical propositions. As such, it's translated and use are often man-made. They include shapes such as squares, triangles, cubes, circle, spheres, and cones, and among others, no? Yan yung itong art na ito, no? Nasa right side natin na tawag na composition with colors, planes, and gray, line 1, na gawa ni Piet Mondrian. Yan ang pinaka-example ng geometric art, no? Now, the number 2 is the organic art or organic shapes, no? Organic shapes are those readily occurring in nature, often irregular and asymmetrical. The design of the vase on the left figure is foliage, a seam a sample from a series that made use of morning glories, no? If you take a look at the picture, no? Ito, no? On the sabi niya, no, on the left side na gawa ni Louis Comfort Tiffany, no? It's a design of a base, no? Um, this shape, no, hindi siya kagaya ng circle, hindi siya kagaya ng square, ng rectangle na kumbaga symmetrical, no? Parang kagaya nung unang figure natin dito na parang box siya, no? Pantay-pantay, ganito, no? May pantay siya na shape, may pwede siyang gamitin in mathematical equation or propositions, no? Pero dito sa organic naman, from the word itself naman, no, it came from nature, no? The idea came from the nature. Kagaya ng base na ito, if you can take a look at it, no, look at the picture, no? Kung makikita nyo, hindi siya pantay-pantay. The flowers, no, the I can see leaves in here, the colors, it's not symmetrical, it's asymmetrical, no, hindi siya pantay. It's organic, if you could say it. Now, hindi lang ang shape and form na ito, hindi lang siya parang gano'n na ano lang siya, organic or geometric lang man siya, no? It can also be implied, no? For instance, dito sa painting ni Raphael, na we call it the Madonna of the Meadows, makikita natin dito sa figure si Mary, ang batang si Jesus, and si John the Baptist, no, na nasa left natin. Now, kung mapapansin nyo, there is a shape in there. Pwede siyang i-imply as a shape. It's the triangular shape, kung nakikita niyo ito. Diba? Triangle siya, tama? No? Shapes are all around us, no? It may be implied in different forms of art, no? Now, since we are done with the shape and form, andito naman ang pang-apat natin, no? Which is the space. Related siya sa form and sa shape, no? Space, it is usually inferred from a sense of depth, no? Kagaya ng form natin, meron siyang sense of depth or lalim, no? Yung kumbaga 3-dimensional siya. Whether it is real or simulated, real space is 3-dimensional. Sabi ko nga, no? Like what has been previously mentioned, sculptures are a perfect examples of artwork that bear this element. However, this can only be manifested through dimensional artworks, through the use of different techniques, or the use of area around drawing or picture. No, ayan ang sabi nga dito, ang pinaka example ng space is the sculptures natin. Now, an example of this is something that occupies a large space, no? Kung meron kayong copy ng book natin, pero andito naman din siya sa picture na ito. It's in the Anish Kapoor. We call it Cloud Gate, no? It was made in 2004. It's located in Chicago, Illinois, no? This one, ito, no? Yan, it carries a space or meron siyang it occupies a large space, no? Kung makikita nyo sa picture, I'm gonna zoom it in, no? May space dito sa niya, sa baba niya para may may lagusan or may mapasukan ang mga tao. Now this one is a 3-dimensional artwork, no? As an exemplified, say, a sculpture, no? May nahahawakan niyo siya, may space siya, no? It occupies space, hindi lang siya 2-dimensional lamang, no? Now, space has two variety. Ito yung tinatawag nating 3-dimensional space at ang positive and negative space. So, the 3-dimensional space can be simulated through a variety of techniques such as shading, and illusion of 3-dimensionally can be achieved in a 2-dimensional work. No? Similar siya doon sa shape and form, 'di ba? Sabi nga dito, space is related to shape and form, no? Now, sabi dito, 3-dimensional space can be simulated through a variety of techniques such as shading. And ito naman sa positive and negative space, it is usually identified with the space. Yung white space is the negative space, and the positive space on the other hand is yung shadow or yung black na paint or color. Ito, shading, 'di ba? Para siyang kung meron lang ditong kung ginawa nating cube itong apple na ito, it can be called a form, no? Shading, no? It's a three-dimensional pero simulated siya. Kahit painting lang ito, akala natin three-dimensional siya, 'di ba? Tama? Now, the next is positive and negative space, no? By looking at the picture on the right side, no, usually it identifies the white space as the negative, or yan yung sa gilid natin, no, itong white space na ito. Then on the other hand, the space where the shadow is, yun yung naman, yung positive space naman, or example yung tree natin and the ground. Okay, now ito that's it for the sa space natin, no? Okay na siya, yung positive and negative space natin and yung shading natin, which can be simulated a three-dimensional, which can be simulated in two-dimensional forms like artworks or ganitong drawing na ito siya, no? Syempre with different forms and techniques. Now, as we proceed, I want you guys to take a look at this picture. Ito, no? This picture. And pause the video and take note of what you can comprehend or observe in it. Then I'm going to show you the next picture. Ito. What do you think is the difference between the two pictures? Right, you are right. It's the color. In fact, these two pictures is the same, no? Pareho lang sila, pero ang isa is black and white lamang, and the other one has its true colors, no? It's painted. Now, this one was called Bonded by the Rain, no? Gawa ni Leonard R. Afremov, no? If you take a look at both pictures, they do have different sense of expression. May pagkakaiba sa kanilang pinapakitang emosyon sa atin, no, na nakikita. If you take a look at the non-colored one, parang kung ako lang, para sa akin, para siyang malungkot, no? Like, life is black and white only, and it is sad, it's lonely, it's very chaos, 'di ba? Parang hindi natin maintindihan ang mundo. That's how I comprehend or observe this picture. Pero on the next picture, yung may color na parang ang colorful ng buhay. It's very fun to have someone to be with. Ganon, diba? That's the effect of color, diba? Color perhaps is one of the elements that enhances the appeal of the artwork. It affects the range and allowing the viewer to make responses based on memory. Kanina sabi ko, no, emotion and instinct. Among others, the element is a property of light, as it is reflected of the subject, no? Now, how would you describe these colors? Diba? Masyado silang colorful. Now, meron tayong tinatawag na color wheel. Color is not intrinsic, no, to an object without light. Of course, alam natin yan na pag-aralan natin siya sa science, no? That colors are wavelengths that are produced by the light, no? Now, one cannot perceive color. Much of what we know about colors begin with the notion of color theory that was first unraveled by the experiment undertaken by Sir Isaac Newton in 1666. A ray of sunlight passing through a prism reveals an array of colors, akin to that of rainbow. An upshot of this color theory is the creation of our color wheel, no? Sabi dito in summary, ang color natin is, sabi nga, no, na discover ni Mr. Isaac Newton, or ng famous na si Sir Isaac Newton, no? Yung ray daw, yung sinag daw ng araw, no, na sumisilaw sa window, no, ay para siyang may nakita siyang mga rainbow doon, parang rainbow, no, it's a ray of light, no, doon natuklasan na light is a wavelength, no? May iba-iba itong wavelength, no? Tapos doon natin mapipicture, mapaperceive ng mga mata natin yung iba-ibang color natin, no? Say may light, dark colors, ganon. May mga heavy colors na masakit sa mata, ganon, no? So doon nagsimula itong tinatawag nating color wheel. Now, why is color wheel an important element in making art, no?